now recognize Mr. Fine for 5 minutes to explain the amendment in nature of a substitute.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For more than a decade, employers across the country have faced a growing wave of frivolous class action lawsuits targeting ERISA benefit plans. These lawsuits drain time, money, and attention from where that money is supposed to go to protect the retirement security of American workers, retirees, and their families. Now look, if people do engage in fraud in ERISA benefit plans, they need to be held accountable. But every dollar that's spent defending against meritless claims is a dollar not invested in strengthening the retirement plans or expanding employee benefits. Employers and plan fiduciaries face serious financial and reputational costs. Resources that should be used to serve workers and retirees are instead diverted to create a cottage industry of trial lawyers. Now, over time, this trend's creating a booming class action industry because the challenge is this: under current law, it's often cheaper for the fiduciary to settle than to fight. Even if they win, they lose because of all the money that they have to spend on lawyers to fight back, even when the claims have no merit. This creates a powerful incentive to file speculative lawsuits and to extract settlements. Now, again, ERISA was designed to protect seniors, to protect their retirement savings, not to create a college industry that uses litigation to exploit ERISA plan fiduciaries. When legal costs soar and settlements mount, workers ultimately pay the price. My bill, H.R. 6084, the ERISA Litigation Reform Act, takes a balanced and targeted approach to address the problem. It does not shield bad actors. Let me say that again. If you engage in bad behavior, you should be held accountable. And this bill does not stop that. But it strengthens fairness at the earliest stages of litigation to ensure that only well-supported claims move forward. The bill has 3 common sense reforms focused on the early stage, the pleading stage, not the whole thing, just the beginning. First, it addresses excessive fee claims, the most common type of ERISA lawsuit. Under current law, plaintiffs can often survive a motion to dismiss simply by alleging that a plan paid fees to a service provider and labeling the payment as a prohibited transaction. The burden then shifts to the fiduciary to prove the fees were reasonable and necessary. They have to prove they're innocent. They are assumed to be guilty. And again, it is the employees who pay the price. H.R. 6084 restores balance. If a lawsuit claims that fees are excessive, then the plaintiff must bear the burden of proving that those fees were unreasonable and unnecessary. That's a straightforward and fair standard. You think you're getting paid too much, they're getting paid too much, then prove it. Second, the bill addresses lawsuits involving employee stock ownership plans, or ESOPs. Today, a lawsuit can often proceed by simply alleging that an ESOP purchased employer stock, again shifting the burden to the fiduciaries to prove the price was fair. My bill simply restores balance. A lawsuit must plausibly allege and ultimately prove that the plan paid more than fair value for the stock. This ensures legitimate cases can proceed while the frivolous ones are dismissed early, and it ensures plaintiffs can back up their claims. Again, there's no desire to stop when that bad actor occurs. Third, my bill temporarily stays litigation discovery until the court rules on motions to dismiss. You still get to do the discovery, you just have to wait until the motions to dismiss are over, because discovery is often the most expensive phase of a lawsuit. In many cases, the fiduciaries just settle because they don't want to deal with the cost of discovery, even when the claims lack merit. This reform, modeled after the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act, helps prevent that type of coercive pressure. Taken together, these 3 reforms reduce frivolous lawsuits while preserving strong protections for workers and retirees. Because again, when a frivolous case is settled, it is the seniors that we are trying to protect that are hurt. The amendment in the nature of a substitute makes a small technical change to the original bill. I urge my colleagues to vote yes on the ANS and to support the ERISA Litigation Reform Act of 2026, and I yield back.